When I arrived in Asia in 334 BC, I was ready for my lifelong adventure as the next conqueror of the world. I defeated the mighty Persians in 331 BC. Next stop, India. After all of India fell to me, I gladly arrived in Egypt and established the great city of Alexandria. After all of this, me and my honored troops were understandably ready for home. Even though I never made it back home, my legacy still lived on. My troops followed me everywhere because I loved and cared for them and fought alongside them. I was a relentless leader who was determined and would yield at nothing. I was one of the very few prestigious leaders to be called the Great. Who am I? Yes, I am Alexander the Great.
Did you know I was one of the only commanders to lead my troops and war elephants through some of the world's tallest mountains? I was born in Carthage, Tunisia in 247 BC, which was during the First Punic War. Located at the top of North Africa, Carthage is found along the Mediterranean coast. Being a great general, my father, Hamilcar, fought in the First Punic War, which made him absent from my early childhood. As a young boy, I diligently studied Greek, philosophy, and poetry. Around age 9, I swore to my father always to be an enemy of Rome. Directly after vowing to be a lifelong enemy of Rome, I joined my father's army and became the commander-in-chief of my own troops while I received extensive battle training. My army and I fought many battles for Carthage. I commanded 75,000 men and 9,000 horsemen. Our journey to fight Rome began when we crossed the Pyrenees Mountains into Spain. Through dangerous combat, my army impressively defeated all of the hostile tribes that challenged us. 38,000 infantry and 37 war elephants now made our army because I left many men to maintain our advance. The expedition continued as we journeyed across the Alps. We made history when we arrived in North Italy to surprise attack the Romans who were occupying an important port. In spring 216 BC, we fought and obliterated the Roman army, which numbered 8,000 men, capturing the coveted supply depot in Cannae, Italy. We were victorious because of my strategic war tactics. If it weren't for my military and intellectual backgrounds, Rome might have disastrously conquered the entire Mediterranean. Despite my challenging childhood, I grew up to become one of the world's most formidable military commanders. Who am I? I am Hannibal.
I came, I saw, I conquered. As a general, I was cunning yet ruthless in battle. I left a legacy and greatly changed Rome. I was born on July 13th, 102 BC. I grew up with my two sisters, a father who claimed to be descendants of Venus, and my mother came from a powerful family. My father taught me to swim, ride horseback, and other skills. I had a tutor that taught me philosophy, Greek, Latin, and other subjects. I had a choice between politician or the army for my job. My father died when I was only 15, and I joined the army at 19. very good soldier. I fought in the front line and received a gold leaf crown for my bravery. While I was at sea, I was kidnapped by pirates where they demanded a ransom. I threatened that once I was free, I would return and execute all of them. Once the ransom had returned and I was free, I returned, as I said, and executed all of them. I was a tax collector, priest, and other important jobs. I organized gladiator fights and chariot races to gain popularity, but which left me highly in debt. I was governor of Spain, where I collected taxes and stole from rebellious tribes, which therefore my debt was paid. I was consul and part of the triumvirate with Pompey and Crassus, and I conquered Gaul, which left Pompey jealous of my military success. In the end, I defeated Pompey and Ptolemy the First and returned to Rome and became dictator for life. I made many changes as a dictator. One of them is I changed the complicated Roman calendar to a more simple 365-day calendar. I passed laws that allowed everyone to vote except slaves and women. On the 15th of March, sometimes known as the Ides of March, the Senate maliciously plotted to murder me. While I was at a Senate meeting, they struck me down and stabbed me 23 times. Did my short reign impact Rome? Yes, I had started building a republic into an empire, and had held a position that no one had ever held before. I greatly changed Rome. Who am I? I am Julius Caesar.
O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? In Carthage, Rome, located in northern Africa, I lived with my family, the Vibia family. My mother, my brother, and I, a 26-year-old woman, were Christians, but my father was a pagan. I had a 1-year-old son that I met my Christian friends with at a house church, and our pastor was Saturus. My friend, also my father's slave, was pregnant with her first child. Her name was Felicitas. But one night, Roman soldiers burst into the room, taking 4 Christians and I captives. And my father took my child. However, my jailer, whose name was Pudence, let us outside for periods of time in which we ate food, saw some of our other Christian friends, and I was able to nurse my child. There were several times that my father came to me pleading that I reject Christ, but I refused. My 4 friends and I one day were taken to see the governor and be tested on our faith. Once again, my father tried to convince me to reject Christ and to offer the sacrifice, but I knew that Jesus Christ was the one true living God. When the governor told me to offer the sacrifice, I didn't, for I knew that the Lord Jesus Christ is the one true King, and I would not worship anyone or offer sacrifice to anyone but him. This enraged the governor, and he told me that my 4 friends and I were to be thrown to the wild beasts. In 203, it was on a holiday, my friends and I were led to an arena. At the gate, the guards tried to make us wear pagan clothes, but we insisted that we wear our own clothing. One of the men with me called up to the governor saying, "You have judged us, so now God will judge you." This made the governor mad, and he ordered that we be whipped, and we were. Then governor ordered that we be attacked by the beasts. Leopards, bears, and boars attacked the men with me, and Felicitas and I were tossed by a mad bull. Whenever the bull refused to attack us again, the crowd erupted with anger. They wanted to see the Christians die. So by the governor's command, we were each killed by the edge of a gladiator's sword. My name means everlasting. Who am I?
Okay, really quickly, the students and the families in the Essentials program want to thank the tutor of this class, Mrs. Deborah Ware. So we have this for you, Mrs. Ware. This is a small appreciation, token of our appreciation. So thank you very much for all you've invested in our kids this year and all the fun that we've had in your class. All right, we'll dismiss the students now to go change. So go ahead, guys. Great job. Thank you guys for coming. We are going to allow you to just mingle in here for a little bit, and then I'll come back in and we'll pray over the meal, and I'll give you instructions for that shortly. So we're going to